Hey YouTube, what goes on? Welcome to Disavowed Action Figures. Top 10 wrestling figures that I purchased here in the great year of 2021. So basically, just to get some ground rules and just basic background information out there, I am by far not a wrestling figure completionist. I skew more toward AEW Jazzwares figures than I do Mattel WWE, just because the Jazzwares AEW wrestling line is so fresh and young. Basically in its infancy of the last couple of years, so it's easier to get on the ground floor, whereas I didn't collect as many WWE figures from Mattel in the past. I basically cherry pick throughout the year what WWE figures I like best based on nostalgia, based on what I'm seeing on TV that I really enjoy, that I feel I need on my shelf. And then I pick up whatever AEW figures I'm most interested in at the time. So primarily you're going to be seeing Mattel, WWE, and Jazzwares AEW on this top 10 list for the year. There'll be no New Japan Pro Wrestling figures or any of the Super 7 indie figures like Matt Cardona, Brian Myers, the Good Brothers, etc. It's basically going to just be big box location figures that can be found at big box stores like Walmart and Target. There'll be no online retailer exclusives found on this list, although some might be mentioned in honorable mention. Basically, I'm trying to keep it to low price point figures that are handily available, or at least at some point available, in big box locations. If you'd like to see where I pick these figures up throughout the course of the year, or see me unboxing these figures, you can check out my toy hunts here on Disavowed Action Figures, or our weekly live stream, Live 705, that we put on every Wednesday night at 7:05 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where we unbox everything with our subscribers and basically listen to what their hauls, what their pickups were for the year. Also, if you'd like daily toy content, check us out at Instagram at disavowed_12 for daily toy hunt and toy content. And also, if you're new to this channel, please hit that subscribe button. Give us a like on this video. Leave comments down below. Let me know what you think your top 10 figures are of the year. Let me know where I might have went wrong, figures I really should pick up in 2022 that I missed in 2021, and just basically what your opinions are, because at the end of the day, these top 10 lists are a lot of fun, but there are opinions and what we like best. So let's get to honorable mention to kick off this 2021 list. So kicking off our first honorable mention of 2021 is the Series 6, number 51, Chris Jericho, Jazzwares AEW Unrivaled figure, but we're not talking about the regular figure here. As I said, it's number 51. As you can see, it's in red, which means this is one of the hard to find chase figures, one of 5,000 edition Chris Jericho. I was so freaking pumped when I found this on the peg at Target. I'll never forget. It's one of my best collecting stories of 2021. I rounded the corner. I'm digging through the peg. I can see it's a full case. I get to it. I take it off the peg. I'm checking it out. I'm in disbelief. And within a couple seconds, another collector rounds the corner and starts looking on the peg. And I thought to myself, my God, for the sake of 15 seconds, I could have missed out on this and probably never even known, or felt like the other collector when he saw it in my hand. So again, these chase figures are so hard to find in person at big box locations because it's about right place and right time when they first get put out on the peg. Again, yes, people get them through Ringside Collectibles when they order online, but finding it in person is even more difficult. So super excited when I found this figure. Had to throw it on the honorable mention area just because of the fact this is obviously not a typical figure that you can find. There are different pack-ins from the original Chris Jericho, or I should say the actual run of this figure in this particular series. But again, coming in as honorable mention, Chris Jericho Chase, one of 5,000. So excited to have this in my collection and to have found it in 2021. Let's see what our next honorable mention is going to be on the list. And coming in as the next honorable mention figure on our list is Dr. Britt Baker, DMD, the Blood and Guts Ringside exclusive Britt Baker Bloody Edition. This is not actually a Blood and Guts match, but it's part of the Blood and Guts line, which they had started in the past, having the Rhodes brothers after their historic bloody match at a pay-per-view. This figure is ridiculously awesome. I don't even know if I'm going to open or not. It's only here on honorable mention because I did say I was leaving exclusives out of my top 10, but this figure needed to be recognized from Ringside Collectibles. The minute that I saw the actual Britt Baker figure announced, I thought to myself, I might pick that up, but the one that I really want, the one I really need in my collection is this version, as I knew right away Ringside would not let us down and would hook us up. And despite Britt Baker losing this match to Thunder Rosa in that lights out match, it is just an amazing figure and really just catapulted Britt Baker even further along in her career. One of the coolest parts about this being a pack-in with this box and the accessories that come with it. You can see it is numbered number 61, so it is part of the actual line. You see we do get 3 total heads, 2 additional to the one that's on there that are just bloodied. The head sculpt that's on there with her smiling with the blood on her forehead is just amazing. We get the signature on the back of the box. Also, we do get the fabric t-shirt along with her, with a picture of herself on it. Again, just an amazing, amazing action figure to have in your collection. Again, just such great packaging on this thing. I did buy the actual Britt Baker, never opened it, so it's not going to be on this list, as I wasn't a huge fan. The head seemed a little bit small for the body, but this thing needed to be mentioned on this list, even if it was as an honorable mention. So once again, honorable mention number 2 for the 2021 countdown here in Disavowed Action Figures is the Dr. Britt Baker DMD ringside exclusive Blood and Guts figure. Let's see what else we have coming up on the list as honorable mention. And coming in at our 3rd honorable mention of 2021 is another ringside exclusive. This time we are seeing champion Cody Rhodes when he won the TNT Championship against Lance Archer, becoming the first ever TNT champion in AEW history. Again, this is the Jazzwares line ringside exclusive. Again, not eligible for my top 10 as it was an online retailer exclusive, but I cannot give Ringside Collectibles enough love for the amazing figures that they do put out for us in this deluxe format online. This one's obviously out of packaging. I do have a spare one I kept in packaging. The packaging was absolutely exquisite with this figure. It basically came with an entire ring entrance background that looked gorgeous with Cody standing in front. We had the 2 alternate heads, alternate hands that are not pictured here, the fabric American Nightmare t-shirt, and of course our first ever incarnation of the TNT Championship in AEW. Say what you want about Cody. I'm a huge fan. Let me know in the comments what you think about Cody. And spoiler alert from this past week, he is once again the TNT champion. So this figure is much more relevant now in people's collections as people are seeing the results of that match. Also, this is noteworthy because it's the first Cody figure we received that does have his American Nightmare tattoo there on the side of his neck. Again, they also did a great job updating the skin tone on this Cody compared to the original release from Series 1 of Jazzwares AEW. I love the belt on the back, which does have the match name and the wrestlers that were in the match. So great job, Ringside. Couldn't put it in my top 10 because it wasn't exclusive, but absolutely love this figure. Love that it's in my collection. All I need now is a Cody in a suit, which I really think we're going to get it eventually because all figure lines have suited figures. So again, honorable mention number 3, TNT champion Cody Rhodes. Let's see what our final honorable mention is, and then let's get to the top 10. And our 4th final honorable mention of 2021's top 10 wrestling figure list is Series 2 AEW Unmatched number 9, Sting, part of the Luminary series. The first figure we're getting as a Luminaries figure. This thing is amazing. I just recently opened it on our live stream, live at 7:05. I did receive mine from Ringside Collectibles. As you can see, the packaging is just fantastic. We get a blue tint to the foil around the figure. There's also this really cool looking trim around the main window packaging that's like a pinkish purple, almost matches the Hitman heart back there. Had to have one to rock, one to stock here. Open this up on the live stream and I was just blown away. The baseball bat, the Sting head sculpt might be one of the best Sting head sculpts I've ever seen on a Sting action figure, including all of his Mattel figures. Again, the impact that he has made on the company since he arrived at Winter is Coming, which is the image we do get here with the figure. Every time we see it, it takes me back to him walking down. The work he has done with Darby Allin in the company has been absolutely great to elevate him further as a wrestler, and the figure itself is just amazing. I mentioned the head sculpt. We do have his long sleeve shirt here. We do have the multiple Scorpion icons, icon pun intended, on the figure. Also, it does come with the coat, which you can see better pictured over in the box as it rotates around on the rotating base. I do like the jacket. Again, the back of it which you cannot see in the video, does have the red scorpion. However, unfortunately, there's no articulation when you have that jacket on Sting. So once you take that jacket off, he can do some pretty cool things with that baseball bat. I will say be careful that the chest does not have much articulation at all. You're not getting much of a bend there in that chest. So just be prepared for that regarding this figure for any photos you're looking to take with your action figure photography in the future. But this rendition of Sting is absolutely fantastic. I'm so happy to have it on my shelf. And again, the only reason it's not in the top 10 is because I had to purchase it at Ringside. It's not an exclusive. This will be in big box locations. However, Ringside did have it up early at a premium compared to the actual retail price that'll be at big box. So I just couldn't get myself to put it in the top 10 because of the reasons I set forth out at the beginning of the video. However, love this figure, loves Sting. He is our fourth honorable mention of 2021. Now, let's get to my top 10 wrestling action figures of 2021. And coming in at number 10 to start off our actual top 10 list for 2021 is the WWE Elite Mattel. Is that Alistair Black or is that Malachi Black? No, it's Alistair Black when he was still with WWE. However, I definitely picked this figure up when he made his AEW debut as Malachi Black. This is a great rendition of this figure. I know one thing that a lot of collectors do say about Jazzwares and the AEW line is what a great job they do with the tattoos. And as you can see here on this particular figure, the tattoos are absolutely amazingly well done. Again, just between the thigh, the back, the arms, you name it. He has the full sleeves. He has the tattoos on the backs of his hands. It is just so well done. Head sculpt is definitely on point as well. And again, this figure really became a lot much more relevant when he did hop over to AEW suddenly and became Malachi Black, basically very similar character that he was portraying in WWE, just stripped down and just grittier and even possibly darker. One thing I will say is I can't wait till we get a Jazzwares AEW rendition of this particular figure because I need that amazing headpiece that he wears when he does come down to the ring. Just backing the camera back off one more time. He also, much like the Sting, does come with his entrance gear from WWE. It's very well done. Great texture to this. We do have some paint on it as well. We do have the horns on the side from that iconic entrance he would do in WWE. However, once again, articulation somewhat limited. You do have articulation in the arms when he's wearing it, unlike Sting. However, I did need to leave that off of him also just so you can see those great tattoos on display in my DTOF. So number 10 of 2021 is Mattel's WWE Elite Alistair, don't call me Malachi, Black. Let's go on to number 9. And coming in as our number 9 overall figure on the top 10 list is the Mattel WWE Ultimate Nature Boy, Ric Flair. Woo! He is awesome. I did order this on Ringside Collectibles. That's where mine came from. However, he was pretty easily attainable at Walmart's, believe it or not. Usually Walmart not known for carrying the Ultimates, but I feel like him and the Steve Austin figure were very well stocked at my local Walmart. As you can see, much like other Ultimates, we do get a multitude of hands with this figure. We do get the alternate wooing head sculpt. We get the amazing pink robe that you can see that he is wearing here. We get 2 different 4 horsemen styled hands along with a gripping hand and 2 pointing hands. So again, as you know, the toy figure community, the more hands you get with a figure and the more heads you get with a figure, the more you can do with it. And again, I think the selling point with this is definitely the robe. However, he also does come with that great championship strap that's around his waist. So again, needed this in my collection, needed this Ric Flair. Now we need a Charlotte Flair to come along with the same colored robe to put them both on my shelf. So again, coming in at number 9, the WWE Ultimate Ric Flair. And coming in here at number 8 on our top 10 of 2021 is the Jazzwares AEW Series 6 Unrivaled Champion Shida. Shida carried the women's division through the pandemic era of AEW. Every week, whether it was cutting a promo or just an amazing match, this wrestler came to work and just brought her A game, reinvented herself, the new look. aside from what she started out with in AEW. Came out new ring attire and just was amazing this year. The figure itself is, again, very well done. It does come with an AEW Women's Championship belt. It's a great accessory. Again, the ring gear is top notch. Looks just like she would wear coming down to the ring. Articulation on this figure was also very, very well done. I remember opening it on Live 705, just thinking how silky smooth the joints were on this figure. The hair, the head sculpt, everything about this figure screams Shida. The only thing they could have possibly done better was package her with a kendo stick, but there are enough of those floating around in other wrestling lines that we can cherry pick and put with our Shida figure. So again, love this figure on my shelf. Probably my favorite female action figure overall of the year, possibly. Definitely regarding wrestling. But again, coming in at number 8, AEW's Jazzwares Shida. Coming in at number 7 on our 2021 Top 10 Wrestling Action Figure list is Adam Hangman Page, the cowboy himself of AEW. He is our AEW Jazzwares Series 5 Unrivaled figure. Yes, I know this is the second figure we received for Hangman Adam Page, but this one is far superior to the first. If you own the first figure, you know what I'm talking about. He had freaking Frankenstein feet. The feet were huge. His proportions were not very good. Size-wise, he didn't scale very well with other figures. Here we get a much better updated version, much better size and proportion with regular size feet. Obviously here we do get him in the actual long pants or tights as opposed to his short trunks. We do get the handkerchief around the mouth. We get multiple hands. We get the pitcher. We actually got a little cup with the pitcher that's somewhere in my bin over here. I didn't dig it out. What he did not come with is the AEW Championship belt. However, he did win it in the last few months, which was one of the best ongoing storylines in wrestling history, in my opinion. That is a 2+ year long storyline that led to Hangman eventually winning the belt over Kenny, by God, Omega. Also, he does not come with that rope. That is also an accessory from the first version of this figure. Love the vest that this one came with as well. Paint job on the tights is great. The boots look fantastic. Overall, articulation is wonderful on this figure. The hair is well done. This is the Adam Page we all deserved from the beginning. So again, love this figure. Love the fact that he's carrying the strap right now in AEW. Much deserved and earned, and great payoff for all the AEW and wrestling fans who followed his story over the last 2+ years. So again, coming in at number 7 on our top 10 list, Adam Hangman Page. And coming in at number 6 on our 2021 Top 10 Wrestling Figure list is Kenny, by God, Omega from AEW Jazzwares Unrivaled Series number 4. So again, I believe we have at least 3 or 4 Kennys, if you count the Kenny that came with the deluxe ring. I've seen all of them in hand, and this to me is the best Kenny of, by God, Omega we've received thus far. The Unmatched one did give it a run for its money. However, at the end of the day, I feel this is the best head sculpt. I love that he has the vest. You can interchange sunglasses to make him look like the cleaner if you really want to. The tights look awesome. Good rendition of that particular look. He does have the one-winged angel look on the back of the vest. Hair sculpt looks much better than the first figure we had. Also, again, skin tone, so much overall improved for these unrivaled and overall unmatched figures by Jazzwares for AEW. So although Kenny doesn't have the belt in this picture, I'm sure down the road he will return from his injuries and have it again. But I do have multiple Kenny Omegas in my collection. We're going to keep getting them. He's going to be a cash cow for the Jazzwares line. But this particular Kenny Omega is definitely the favorite in my collection. So coming in at number 6, Kenny, by God, Omega from Jazzwares AEW Unrivaled Series number 4. Let's see what we have coming up in the top part of the list at number 5. And coming to number 5 on our top 10 list of 2021, we have the Jazzwares AEW Unrivaled Series 5 Luchasaurus. Man, when you talk about toyetic, this guy is the definition of toyetic. Even if you are a young kid who doesn't even know who Luchasaurus is as a pro wrestler, when you see this dinosaur on the peg at the toy store, at Walmart, at Target, you're going to want this thing to be in your toy collection. And as a grown adult toy collector, action figure enthusiast, I felt the same way, even though I did also like this guy in AEW. This is his first figure in the line, obviously rocking that great mask when he wrestles as he's wearing it here. He does come with the belt. The boots look great. We have the tassels on the back. We have the front piece that goes along with the belt. Again, much like I said about Alistair Black in the WWE Elite release, great job with the tattoos on the back and the arms, as the tattoos are a huge part of the Luchasaurus look. This guy is just fantastic. He looks amazing on the shelf. No, I did not pick up the Ringside exclusive with Jungle Jack. And actually, I haven't picked up Jungle Jack as of yet either for my collection, which might seem like heresy to not have both together as they are tag team partners. However, I just saw this guy, needed to grab him to have him on the shelf. As his look is just the epitome to me of AEW. I don't think you'd see somebody looking like this wrestling in WWE. So again, great action figure, silky smooth articulation and joints on this thing. And again, the aesthetics are fantastic, right down to the green tongue coming out in the front with the green fingernails. So again, coming in at number 5 on our top 10 list is AEW's Unrivaled Luchasaurus. Let's see what we have coming up at number 4. And coming in at number 4 on our top 10 list is my first official cheating moment here on my top 10. And you can see I'm cheating because I have 2 action figures at the slot for number 4. But I think you'll agree with me, these 2 figures need to be brought together on the list. Here we have our Series 89 Sergeant Slaughter and our Colonel Mustafa Iron Sheik, if you will, collector's edition figures. These 2 figures go together. Obviously had a great run in the 90s. The nostalgia factor is huge with these figures in the back of my head as I grew up watching Colonel Mustafa and Sergeant Slaughter just torture WWF fans, waiting for our hero Hulk Hogan to come down the aisle to stop them from talking. You will never, ever have wrestlers acting like this, or portraying characters, I should say, like this ever again, given the climate in today's day and age. I will also add that this is also a secondary cheat as well, in addition to having both figures represented here at number 4. I did find Colonel Mustafa at Target. Found him a few times, actually. However, Sergeant Slaughter from Series 89, I've yet to see him at a big box store. I know he eventually will be, as he's not an exclusive, but I did pick him up, as you can see by that string, at a hobby shop, one of my favorite local stores in Allentown, Pennsylvania, VR Hobbies. I've talked about them in all my videos in the past. Check them out on either Instagram, or they also have a website where they do sell action figures. If you know it, if you name it, if it's an action figure, they will have it in stock at a great price. I picked up Sergeant Slaughter at retail, so the price I paid for him was no different than what I would have paid for him at a big box location. So again, I can't say enough. Check out VR Hobbies online. Fantastic store run by good people in Allentown, Pennsylvania. Their brick and mortar location is found in the Allentown South Mall location on Lehigh Street in the South Mall Mercantile. You can go back through my hunting videos and see I've spent a lot of time walking through his store and also going to the VR Hobbies toy shows over the year that they do put on in multiple locations. But back to these 2 figures. As I said, nostalgia was huge. I can't speak much on the articulation as I could not get myself to open these, despite the fact they are in different packaging. They just look great as presented here. Let me know in the comments what you think about the Series 89 packaging. If you prefer the old packaging from the previous WWE Elite series, or if you prefer the more traditional WWE Elite packaging the Colonel Mustafa could be seen in here. So again, love these 2 figures. Eventually I might open them up, but they just look too good on the shelf in packaging despite it being different. So coming in at number 4, bit of a cheat, but I'm okay with it, are Sergeant Slaughter and his manager, Colonel Mustafa. Fantastic figures. Let's go on to see what is going to come up at number 3. And coming in at number 3 on our top 10 wrestling action figures of 2021, we have WWE Mattel Legend Series. Number 10, Big Van Vader. This was one of the first WWE figures I purchased this year, and I knew I immediately needed it in my collection when I saw this guy. When I do my collecting, I do enjoy having characters that wrestle for multiple promotions. Vader, obviously very well known for his run in WCW back in the day, going back to NWA. Of course, his work in WWE, WWF as well. As the figure goes, this thing was amazing. I'm shocked they didn't make this somewhat of an ultimate, because this has to be the most accessories I've seen come with a WWE Mattel Elite figure to date. And let me know in the comments if I'm wrong about that. I'd love to learn more if I'm wrong. This guy is just incredible. Obviously, he does come with the incredible headgear that he can wear with the shoulder pads, which definitely takes him back to his Japan days when he was wrestling there. He does come with an alternate head sculpt where he's wearing a mask. I can't find that head sculpt for the love of God. It's driving me nuts, but I can't locate it. But he does come with another head. And obviously, he does come with the unmasked head that you can see here, which he will wear the mask he is holding in his hand. As far as the actual, again, face sculpt goes with this guy, great face sculpt, looks just like him. The hair is on point, what little hair he does have. The boots look cool with the white laces over the red. And of course, the singlet look with the rest of the look for the ring gear is just fantastic. So this is easily one of my favorite figures of the year in the wrestling realm. So again, Mattel, great job with this WWE Elite, and just great, basically bang for your buck with what came with him in his packaging. So again, coming in at number 3 is Mattel's WWE Elite Big Van Vader. Let's move on to the top 2 figures of 2021, according to my list. And coming in at number 2 of our top 10 action figure list of 2021 is Hollywood Hulk Hogan, the WWE Mattel-produced Ultimate figure. This hit every nostalgia button. Again, this is what pulled me back into getting WWE figures, as I was primarily collecting the Jazzwares AEW. This is just amazing. Takes me right back to my childhood watching Hollywood Hulk Hogan and the NWO for life over on TNT, which obviously you can see the tie-in there with my AEW fandom. This figure is just astounding. The boots are amazing on this figure. As you can see, it does have pictures of Hulk Hogan and the NWO logo. We have multiple head sculpts to go with this guy, multiple hands. We have the removable sunglasses, the removable bandana. Of course, we have the NWO WCW Championship belt around his waist with the spray paint. In addition to that, we also get Hulk Hogan's iconic belt around his waist with the NWO insignia on that as well. Just a fantastic figure. If you were a Hulk Hogan fan, if you were a 90s wrestling fan, I know people who aren't even action figure collectors who saw this and wanted this in their collection. But that does lead us to the hard part, and that is, I did not find this at a big box location. I could not get my hands on this thing. So I did have to pay eBay price or Amazon price. I can't recall what it was. But I definitely paid a little bit of a premium to get this guy in my collection, because eventually I just gave up. The amount of driving I was doing to try to find this action figure at a Target just wasn't worth it anymore, and I just decided to pay the premium online. I try to avoid doing that, but I really wanted this in the collection, and I never saw it in a store, so I did not feel any regret in my decision to buy this thing online through a reseller. But again, Hollywood NWO Hulk Hogan WWE Mattel figure is just great. This is what Ultimates are meant to be like, and that's why he lands at number 2 on my list. Now it's time for the number 1 Disavowed Action Figures wrestling action figure of 2021. Let's see who it is. And finally, coming in at number 1 on the Disavowed Action Figures top 10 wrestling action figures list of 2021 is no doubt Orange Cassidy. Boom. Freshly squeezed. I like this figure so much, I bought 2 and they're loose. I have many multiples, one to rock, one to stock. I rarely will open 2 of the same action figure unless they're army builders, which kind of wouldn't mind seeing like 20 of these on somebody's shelf as an army builder, but not its intent. Absolutely phenomenal figure here from Jazzwares AEW Unrivaled Series 3. Again, if you watch AEW, I know this is a very polarizing character and wrestler, given his sloth style and his approach to wrestling. But man, the guy can go. And as far as an action figure is concerned, which is what we're here to talk about, this was freaking amazing. First of all, the fact that he does come with his classic thumbs up. Multiple hands. We have soft goods for the t-shirt. We have soft goods for the jacket. We have the removable sunglasses that could be used with other action figures. I've used them on Kenny Omega already, as I mentioned earlier in this video. And probably the best part, the fact that Jazzwares gave us the way actually being able to have him put his hands in his pockets, which obviously he is known for doing during his matches. I can zoom in a little bit more on that. So again, just the things you can do with this figure on your shelf that matches up so well with the character. The jeans are kind of like that rubbery material that allow you to get the hands in the pockets. It is just an awesome idea. Jeremy Padower, I'm sure you're not watching this, but if you are, sir, you knocked it out of the park with this action figure. There was never a doubt in my mind he would be the #1 figure on my list. If you would have told me 5 years ago that this guy would be a better action figure than Hollywood Hulk Hogan, I would have thought you were a crazy person. Needless to say, Orange Cassidy, freshly squeezed, Jazzwares AEW Unrivaled Series 3 action figure is the #1 wrestling action figure that I bought this year. As I said earlier, again, I am by far not an adamant wrestling collector. I am not somebody who's a completionist with any of the waves. I just buy what I like. So let me know down in the comments below who should have been in this top 10 list. Who are your top 10 wrestling figures of the year? I know there are not many WWE current guys, current characters in this list. So let me know down below who are some of the more current WWE figures I should have picked up in 2021. I admired from afar throughout most of the year, but again, I bought what I bought. So if you are new, please consider hitting the subscribe button. It's free for you, doesn't cost you a dime, helps us grow the channel tremendously. Hit that like button. Leave a comment down below. Let me know what your top 10 figures were. Let me know what your favorite wrestler of 2021 was. Let me know what you think of Orange Cassidy, if you're a fan of his or not. Also, if you want daily toy content and toy updates, check us out over at Instagram at Disavowed_12, as we do have daily content. Again, toy hunting, toy reviews, and every Wednesday night, live at 7:05, our weekly Wednesday night live stream at 7:05 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Feel free to come hang out, chill with us on the live stream. We talk about what you're finding on the shelves, what I'm finding on the shelves, and I unbox all the figures you'll see in these lists. Additionally, on the channel, we are doing a top 10 Marvel Legends action figure list of 2021, a top 10 Deluxe Marvel Legends action figure list of 2021. We're doing a top 10 overall action figure list of 2021, as well as a top 10 G.I. Joe classified action figure list of 2021. Also, I will be making a guest appearance on the Infinity Equation podcast, which you can see stickers for at different sections of my display. Great guys. Check out the Infinity Equation podcast. Dante, Ryan, and Alex every Friday night on YouTube. We'll be doing our top 10 list together live on their channel in the first Friday of 2022 in a couple of weeks. So everybody, thank you for spending your time with me. I hope you had some great acquisitions this year. Looking forward to a great 2022 of action figure goodness. Take care, stay healthy, and I'll be seeing all of you at the pegs.